did you move up to the cities when you were done with college?
Yep. After college, I came up to the cities, and I lived in Portland for the summers all through college and even after graduating. And I had a little side project back there with a friend of mine called Jenny Sizzler, and I mean, it was just like a joke band. We had songs like Travolta style. It was like, if you do something Travolta style, it's really cool, like John Travolta. And we had
Which era Travolta was this? Was this like
Saturday Night Fever?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't Pulp Fiction.
So I mean, that was fun. It was fun to do. I mean, mainly all the music I did, I felt very serious about it, but I thought that the main thing that should come across was having fun, or like showing a sense of humor in the songs. And so it was, most of the songs I wrote were one or the other. It was like very serious, very morose sometimes, and just depressing. And then other songs were like, oh, let's run around naked, and
That's funny.
And a bunch of foam. And so it was one or the other. I didn't really know that you could be funny and not have to be ridiculous.
Right.
And so then I started to listen to a lot more music, like this band right here. Where are they? Oh, I forgot to put them on here. Well, I'll just pick another one. I started listening to bands like Modest Mouse. And growing up in high school, I felt like I didn't know what I was supposed to listen to. I didn't know what the cool music was. Like I had a girlfriend who would make me mixtapes, and I thought every song on there was so awesome, and I didn't know how she would find out about these songs. And I didn't have any older brothers or sisters to kind of show me the way in that sense. But this is one of the first songs I heard. I think this is from 2003 or something, 2002. And I mean, this is not like Dave Matthews Band. This is not like Bob Marley. This is sort of a little bit weirder.
What was it about Modest Mouse that struck you as being so different?
I think that it seems like sometimes it seems like there's a complete lack of joy in Isaac Rock's singing voice. Like, he just has to do it. There's an apathy, but yeah, he's still really energetic and obviously extremely invested in what he does. And then they could also put out songs like this, which are like weird little experiments. I'm like, well, music doesn't have to be a 4-minute pop song. It doesn't have to be a 3-minute pop song. You can just sort of make you can have a sentence that doesn't have correct punctuation. It doesn't even have to end. It can just be whatever you want. And so and then I listened to a lot of Velvet Underground. And that's when I don't have any on here. I queued it up at home, but I didn't transfer it over. But that's when I started investigating my own songwriting in earnest. It was when I started listening to the Velvet Underground, and they were all on tons of drugs all the time, but maybe that's why there's this notion of freedom in their music, not being held back by anything. But when I was listening to that and then starting to write it, things just seemed a little more fluid afterwards.
Was there particular songs that you remember?
Yep, there's a song called "Who Loves the Sun." It was like, "Who loves the sun? Who cares that it makes plants grow?" That was funny, but they weren't like telling you a joke in the song. And so I thought about that lyric a lot. Like, how can I have a sense of humor in a song, but not have to, have one-liners all the time? Because I feel like that's really what was the thing that troubled me about songwriting up until then. And so then the first song that I wrote that I really liked was from my first album. This song called "Chip to Poughkeepsie." I wanted to take this is after Catnapping. And then there's a band in between Catnapping, what I do now, called The Channels, which, sorry, I'm getting mixed up here chronologically, so we can go back in time in a moment, but this is the song, I wrote it, I'm like, well, actually I heard Martin Devaney's song on Radio K of like The Landlord's Daughter, And I was like, wow, that's such a cool song. Like he's, he's funny without being funny. And so I wanted to try to emulate some of those things when I was writing this song. I kind of drew from a personal experience that was really specific, just a trip that I took. And instead of trying to, as a lyric writer, trying to tackle all the esoteric mysteries of the universe, which I tried to do in every other song that I wrote, it was just a big open page to write down vacuous lyrics about nothing. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna write a song about something. It tells a little story, and I don't take a camera around a lot of places and take pictures and stuff. So, in some senses, songwriting for me identifies certain periods in my life or certain relationships or interactions. So this is, I don't know how you get this from Velvet Underground, but that's what happened for me. Everyone has a different experience with Velvet Underground.